Aflatoxin contamination has been known to impact heavily on the agriculture sector as well as the health sector. While it causes post-harvest losses in agriculture, it is classified as a class 1 carcinogen that causes liver cancer.
Aflatoxin is definitely a problem in Kenya. It has been a problem for many years. It's just that with the global warming, it's becoming more pronounced. And of course, due to also our testing techniques that are now widely used, we tend now to diagnose it more. Yeah, otherwise it's been a problem that has been with us, and its prevalence has just increased because of the global warming. Toxin is a metabolite that is known to cause cancer. It's grouped as a class 1 carcinogen, so definitely it's a health issue.
University of Nairobi Don, Professor Sheila Okoth attributes the increase in cases of aflatoxin contamination to climate change that has been compounded by the fall armyworm, that it makes it easy for the fungus to penetrate the grains.
The armyworm also makes spores, which act as penetration points for the Aspergillus flavus, the fungus that infests the maize. So once they have portal of entries, those injury marks, those are the points that the fungus uses to get to penetrate the maize. Initially we were food insecure, and we are even more food insecure with those two issues. And Kenya itself has capacity to control those two problems, and I think what we lack is just coordination.
She is calling for a coordinated approach in controlling contamination, as well as equipping laboratories at institutions of higher learning to enable fast detection and control of the toxin.
We need the government to help in building up our laboratories, because we have technical expertise. People have been trained, many scientists have been trained even abroad, but when they come back to Kenya now, most people don't have facilities to implement the skills that they have learned out of the country. But still, for aflatoxin testing, we have a few labs within the country that can test the toxin. So we can use those labs, but they can even be improved further and standardized, yes. We would request the government to facilitate universities, for example, to improve on their labs for testing, because this can also help farmers. It can be an access for farmers for testing, even the surveillances and things like research. Because the laboratories that we have at Chiromo campus, for example, we have a lab at Chiromo campus that can test for aflatoxins. This is built from research grants. Yeah, but now to have a lab that can help nationwide, that we need support from the government.
She is advising farmers to ensure better storage of grain at below 13% moisture content, so as to prevent the growth of moulds that provide a breeding ground for the toxin.
From our surveys, we know that by the time you harvest maize from the field, it has very low levels of aflatoxins, which means aflatoxin is more of a storage problem. And the fungus will not produce toxins if the moisture level is less than 13%. So the silver bullet here is controlling the moisture content of the grains.
Kenya loses 30% of food harvested to post-harvest losses. Judith Akolo, Channel 1 Business.